She thought she found true love, but 3 years later, the biggest twist of her life came from the last person she expected. Tell us in the comments where you are watching this video from. Ayesha had always believed in love stories, the kind she saw in movies or read about in novels. Growing up in Boston, Massachusetts, she dreamed of the day she would find someone who would love her endlessly, someone who would never let her go. That dream seemed to come true when she met Hamza, a charming, confident young man who made her heart race with every glance. They met in college. Ayesha was studying psychology, while Hamza was pursuing business. Their first conversation had been accidental. She had dropped her books in the library, and he had helped her pick them up. That simple moment turned into long walks across campus, late-night conversations, and promises of a forever that felt unbreakable. For 3 years, Ayesha gave Hamza her heart. She believed he was the one, the person she had been waiting for her whole life. But over time, cracks began to appear. Hamza became distant, buried in his career goals, chasing parties, friends, and pleasures that didn't include her. Calls went unanswered, messages were left unread, and whenever she tried to confront him, he brushed it off with excuses. The love she had invested her entire soul in was slipping away. Yet, she held on, because sometimes, the fear of losing what you love blinds you to the truth. One cold evening, 3 years into their relationship, Ayesha visited Hamza's home. He had promised to talk seriously about their future, but when she arrived, he wasn't even there. Instead, she was greeted by his younger brother, Saad. Saad was the complete opposite of Hamza. He was gentle, soft-spoken, and had an aura of calmness that immediately put her at ease. He was studying medicine and carried himself with a quiet confidence. That night, while waiting for Hamza, Ayesha and Saad ended up talking in the living room. What surprised her was how attentively Saad listened, how he asked about her dreams, her struggles, and her fears, things Hamza hadn't asked her in years. Hours passed, and Hamza never showed up. Ayesha left with disappointment burning in her chest, but her mind kept going back to the kindness in Saad's eyes. Over the next few weeks, similar situations repeated themselves. Hamza grew more distant, almost careless, while Saad appeared in unexpected ways, helping her carry groceries to her car, checking in when he noticed she looked tired, or simply offering a smile that reminded her of what it felt like to be valued. At first, Ayesha denied what her heart was feeling. "This is wrong," she told herself. "He's Hamza's brother. I can't even think like this." But the human heart has its own truths. It doesn't follow rules, and it doesn't obey logic. One evening, everything changed. Ayesha had been waiting for Hamza at a restaurant where he had promised to meet her for dinner. She waited for an hour. Then 2. Finally, she saw him walk in, but not alone. A girl was with him, laughing, holding his hand as if she belonged there. The sight crushed Ayesha. Her 3 years of loyalty, her endless patience, had meant nothing. She quietly left before he even saw her. That night, broken and lost, she received a message. It was from Saad. "Are you okay? I don't know why, but I felt like something is wrong. If you need someone to talk to, I'm here." Tears spilled down her face as she read those words. In that moment, she realized that love wasn't about years invested, or promises made, it was about who truly stood by you when the world turned cold. From then on, she found herself drawn closer to Saad. It wasn't intentional, nor was it something she planned. It was simply natural. He became her safe place, the voice that comforted her, the hand that lifted her when she fell. But with every heartbeat she gave him, guilt followed like a shadow. "What will people say?" she thought. "They'll think I betrayed Hamza. They'll say I was disloyal. They'll never understand." The real test came when Hamza himself noticed the change. One night, he confronted her. "You've been distant," he said, his tone sharp. "Don't tell me you're interested in my brother." Ayesha froze. The weight of the moment pressed down on her chest. She could have lied, could have denied it, but something inside her refused to keep living in the chains of guilt. "Yes," she whispered, her voice trembling but honest. "I care for Saad. He gave me what you never did, respect, kindness, and love. Hamza laughed bitterly. So, after 3 years, you just move on to my brother? That's disgusting. But Ayesha didn't flinch. For the first time, she wasn't afraid. What's truly disgusting is pretending to love someone while betraying them behind their back. You had me, but you didn't value me. You broke me, and when I was in pieces, your brother showed me how to stand again. That's the difference between you and him. The room fell silent. Hamza had no defense, because deep down, he knew the truth. Later that night, Ayesha sat alone, replaying everything in her mind. She knew society would judge her. People would whisper, accuse, and never fully understand. But she also knew that she had found something real, something worth holding on to. And for once in her life, she chose her own happiness over the fear of judgment.